I wasn't smashing the patriarchy, I was killing it. Literally. Bam. Now that's an opening line. Forget your dusty classics, this is literature.
Must we begin with the most inflammatory sentence possible? It lacks context, nuance, the very bedrock of literary discussion. And it's from the synopsis, not even the text proper.
Context is boring. Nuance is for nerds. This book, A Serial Killer's Guide to Marriage by Mackay, is basically the ultimate self-help guide for when your hubby starts leaving his socks beside the hamper instead of in it. Step 1. Sharpen the knives.
It is not a self-help guide. It's a work of fiction, dark comedy, thriller, whatever label you want to slap on it, about a former serial killing couple, Hazel and Fox, whose marriage hits the rocks in suburbia because she misses the thrill of the kill, not because of sock placement. Honestly, sometimes talking to you is like trying to explain symbolism to you during that whole Moby Dick debacle.
Hey, Ishmael had serious daddy issues, and that whale was just a big, blubbery metaphor for his emotional unavailability. Anyway, Hazel, let's dish. She's got a baby, Bibby, cute name, probably going to need therapy later, and she's swapping daggers for diapers. And she is not handling it well.
Not handling it well is putting it mildly. The woman exhibits classic signs of narcissistic personality disorder, coupled with profound impulse control issues. Her boredom isn't relatable ennui. It's the petulance of a predator denied her prey. She views murder as a cure for mild dissatisfaction.
Oh, lighten up. Who hasn't felt like offing Brenda from the PTA after the third bake sale email? Okay, maybe not literally, but Hazel's just acting on it. Plus, some reviewer said, and I quote, "Judging by how much I resonated with this book, I might also be a serial killer. See, relatable. Maybe you're the weird one for not getting it."
That reviewer needs professional help, not validation on a radio show. Hazel isn't just bored. She's actively deceiving her husband, Fox, her supposed partner, in crime, by secretly returning to her homicidal habits. That's not relatable boredom. That's pathological betrayal.
Okay, Fox, they say he's a super hot businessman type. Probably irons his murder gloves. He seems all calm and adjusted. But spoiler alert, he's got secrets too. Big ones. Honestly, who's worse? The impulsive psycho or the quiet, controlling psycho? It's like choosing between my ex who set my ficus on fire and my other ex who alphabetized my spice rack without asking. Both terrifying.
I refuse to engage with your disastrous relationship history. Fox's controlled facade arguably makes him more sinister. Hazel is chaos, yes, but Fox represents a calculated darkness. And their communication, utterly juvenile for two people whose lives depend on meticulous planning. It beggars belief.
Speaking of belief, do we think, the killing gets them going, like forget oysters? Maybe a little light stabbing is their aphrodisiac?
That is wildly inappropriate speculation and entirely irrelevant to the book's thematic concerns. We are discussing narrative structure and character psychology, not inventing sordid fan fiction.
Fine. But the real kicker? Hazel's new bestie. A cop. Jenny the cop. Oh, the dramatic irony. It's like Weekend at Bernie's meets Law and Order, VSSVU waiting to happen. You got to admit, that's good writing.
It's a contrived plot device, designed to heighten tension. But yes, it serves its purpose. Which brings us to the inevitable question. Is this book, beneath the shock value and the homicidal urges, actually any good?
Heck yeah, it's good. It's funny. One review called it feminist, murderous rage at its finest and funniest. Take that, patriarchy.
Feminist rage? Or is it simply using a veneer of ideology to justify psychopathy. It's a dangerous conflation. Many found Hazel insufferably whiny, complaining about playdates while plotting murder. It doesn't exactly scream empowerment.
Okay, maybe she whines a bit. But have you been to a suburban playdate? It's soul-crushing. Sticky fingers everywhere, competitive parenting. I'd take my chances disposing of a body over discussing organic snack options any day. But yeah, some people found the middle dragged. Said the miscommunication between Hazel and Fox felt like something out of a YA novel, not two grown killers.
Precisely. The structural integrity wobbles there. The reliance on secrets withheld for plot convenience, rather than organic character motivation, is a significant flaw. It undermines the premise. They're master planners who suddenly can't have a simple conversation. It's inconsistent.
Okay, Dr. Killjoy, let's play a game. If Hazel were a sandwich, what kind would she be?
A sandwich. We are critiquing literature, not running a deli. That's utterly absurd.
I'll answer for you. She'd be Sardu looks fancy, but kinda sour with extra sharp cheddar, way too much ghost pepper aioli, and maybe some questionable, ethically sourced prosciutto. Mixed media.
That is disturbingly specific, and likely inaccurate regarding prosciutto sourcing. Look, the book does have pace. The premise is undeniably attention, grabbing, and the ending twist, while perhaps a bit too neat for my liking, certainly provoked discussion. Some loved it. Some found it predictable.
I love the chaos predictable. Please, it was a roller coaster dipped in blood and suburban angst. So, rating time, Professor Buzzkill.
Fine, considering the problematic themes, the structural inconsistencies, but acknowledging the unique premise. I award it 3 out of 10 therapy sessions Hazel desperately needs, but will never attend.
Weak. I give a serial killer's guide to marriage 8 out of 10 rusty knives hidden under the floorboards. It was a ride.
Of course you did.
All right, listeners, that's all the blood we have time for today. Tune in next week when we tackle the literary enigma that is my hamster, the secret agent. Apparently, Mr. Fluffernutter has a license to kill lice.
I need a sabbatical.
You've been listening to Heart Book Radio. Don't do anything we wouldn't do twice.